Very true. Brian is never amused. Either way, let's get ready to struggle with this. Shall we? Jumping right in. Crush. With buff Monokuma. Just enjoy the ride. I mean, that would be true if I was on the ride. I'm conducting the ride. We didn't say a word to one another. Silent as a tomb, we stepped into those open doors. Silent as a tomb. We had lost the will to live, knowing what we know about the outside world, but somehow, despite that despair, we had found a new reason to live. To win the battle between hope and despair. But now, what do we know? We don't know what hope means to us anymore. What is hope? A burden you bear? Bear? Like a Monokuma bear? As those thoughts pierced my mind, I suddenly stopped. I can't think about things like that anymore. The only thing I need to think about is survival.
That's nice.
Ah, a battle like this takes me back. After all, hope and despair are natural enemies. Yes, this is truly a magnificent theme. Only esteemed works of fiction have themes as magnificent as this.
Why?
Anyway, where's Kokichi? Why isn't he here? Maki was right. The person who should be here isn't. Well, I'll tell you once the trial starts. What's going on? What are you scheming now? It doesn't matter what Kokichi is scheming.
You must do it.
This is the final battle between hope and despair. It all ends here. Kokichi can twist and violate the rules all he likes, but we will never give up. Hope will never submit to despair.
Unbelievable.
Oh, for the love of... No rules have been violated. Not on my watch, you know.
Shut up.
Whatever. Hurry up and start. We'll end it with this class trial. We'll defeat the remnants of despair no matter what. So get ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Now let's get started. Mix equal parts life and death. Add a dash of lies and truth. Bake it in fire as a conflict. And when it's golden brown and bubbling, you have yourself a truly decadent class trial. Yes, decadent. And once more, we face the class trial. Was the one who died Kaito or Kokichi? I can't say for certain, but I still believe Kaito wouldn't die so easily. I don't know why I believe that so strongly. But I will fight to prove it. I will fight with everyone. To grasp the hope on the other side of this truth. Hello, Tree Mosha. It's been a while. I will fight. I will fight in this trial of truth and lies. Yes, I would love to save. Even though we just got here. Okay. We have 4. We probably can't afford anything. Well, we can afford a few things. Not that it really matters. Because we only have 4. Like, how many times are you gonna have to actually, like, play this to be able to, just get everything? Might purchase that. It's like Taxi's not difficult. This would speed this one up more than anything. Cool. Alright, let's review the handbook, shall we? Because I don't remember everything. Alright. Let's see. Body was discovered in the Exisal hangar, crushed to death. The two exosols there were two that the scene of crime was in storage with the cockpit closed. The other was in the middle with its hatch open and cockpit exposed. There's enough space for one person. There's an electronic lock that only the monocubs can open. Bloodstain that is smeared from the hangar's bathroom. The hydraulic press as though something was dragged. Press controls are a short distance away from the device. There's an up, down, and a safety feature. The body was crushed. Safety feature causes it to stop when its infrared sensor detects a living thing. Window, roughly 8 inches wide, although it's too small for a person and object to fit through. There are 3 arrows wet with blood. There was a label of poison. Disassembled crossbow. That doesn't look disassembled. Whatever. Large black case that had the crossbow in it. Small puddle of blood in the middle of the hangar's bathroom. When the body was discovered, only the left sleeve was sticking out. Small holes in there. The night before, Himiko was seen going to the hangar and coming back before the exosols returned. She had a large black bag going, but she didn't have it coming back. Let's see. The front shutter is protected by an electronic barrier, and an alarm goes off. We disabled with an alarm remote. The control panel for the electronic barrier is next to the shutter. It has marks on it as though it was struck by something sharp. There was a used electro hammer found near the other 3 exosols. Can disable any electronic device they're used on, however they run out of power very quickly, and a single use on an exosol will completely drain a hammer. Being drained, they require 24 hours to charge. Let's see, the day before the body was discovered, they surrounded Monokuma, and they were given commands to observe his movements. Let's see, the electro bomb, when used, scatters particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves. Lasts for about 2 hours, covers an area of 50 yards. Each can only be used once. Of the 3 that were made, Kokichi had 2 and Maki had 1. Many poisons on this. Only Strike 9 had less poison. It takes some time for Strike 9 to fully take effect, but is 100% fatal. No one has seen Kokichi the entire investigation. And Kokichi's clothes were found with small holes found in the back. Cool. I remember everything. Nice! Let's go, shall we? Class trial!
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
So sad, all the cups are dead.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate.
Graduation is meaningless here. We already know that. We don't need your rules anymore. We'll find our own reasons to live.
Wow, Keyboy.
And we'll do whatever it takes to survive.
You tell them.
Wow! An actual talking robot! I've never seen one of those before.
Oh yeah, clearly. Except
Seriously?
season 2.
What happened to Kokichi? Why isn't he here?
Aw, don't make that face, killer. This case has some unique circumstances.
Unique circumstances?
'Cause for this murder, the victim's identity is completely unknown.
Right.
Given these
I think he's more shocked that it's like, you just noticed me. Like, yeah, I get it, the sarcasm, but he's also just like, I've been here the whole time. I was thinking he's like, huh, yeah, I've never seen that before, referencing Nekamaru. Robomaru.
I decided to start off this class trial while the victim is still anonymous.
Anonymous.
After all, it'd be a shame if I let such a rare opportunity go to waste.
Is that possible? I thought everyone had to participate in the class trial.
Don't worry, the person who's still alive is waiting behind the scenes for their cue. It's all part of the overall production. Anyway, let's get this trial moving!
I guess we have no choice but to start the trial under these conditions.
Every time I see him and he looks concerned, that's the time I notice his hair. It looks like it's a question mark, like he's confused.
What's there to even talk about? The Blacken is the mastermind. Kokichi. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of too.
It's too soon to decide anything for certain. We don't even know if Kaito was the victim.
How long are you going to say that? The victim is Kaito. End of discussion.
But we need to be absolutely sure. If we don't positively identify the victim, the other person will never show themselves, right?
Before we can identify a suspect, we need to determine who the victim is.
Why are we even talking about something so obvious?
See, like, very true. See, like, the people here really pull me in certain directions with the way they talk. Like, Himiko and Maki roll are really pulling me towards they know more than they're letting on because they're so assertive about it's this. Whereas people like Kipo, who's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this, but I understand logic. That's all. Everyone thinks that Kaito is the victim, but I have my doubts. There's a chance Kaito is still alive. If we keep discussing the case, I'm sure we'll see the truth. I mean, that's always been true before. Like, people are really assertive when they're trying to, like, push things. Alright.
The victim has to be Kaito.
Oops.
Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi, so he could have killed him whenever he wanted. And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it. So the victim must be Kaito.
And the culprit must be Kokichi.
Whoa.
We lost a really good guy today.
Such a strong...
Kazing!
Kazing! That's from Dragon Quest. There's no evidence, huh? It's too early to declare who the victim is. Obviously. Yeah, it has to.
Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi,
True statement.
so he could have killed him whenever he wanted.
See, few things make me suspicious other than,
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence.
statements like, it can't be because. It's like, I don't like full statements sometimes. Lawyer training.
I have evidence that points to Kokichi being the victim. I found this in the hangar.
Is that Kokichi's coat?
Yes, and look here. There are bloodstains on the sleeve. That would indicate that Kokichi suffered an external injury, correct?
Kokichi was injured.
I'd say paralyzed.
Flush down the toilet implies that they are evidence of a crime.
Because he got shot in the fucking spine.
What about it? Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. As long as we have that evidence, there's no doubt that Kaito was the one murdered.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those irrefutable evidence thingies.
Ever since she found the body in the hangar, Maki's insisted that it's Kaito's. But why is that? I thought we had an understanding. I thought she'd want to believe Kaito was still alive. Because she doesn't want to get hurt. Either way, it seems Maki is hung up on Kaito's clothes. In that case, I need to demonstrate the flaw in relying on that evidence. If I do that, I think she'll realize there's a chance that Kaito is alive.
Actually, there's something bothering me about the clothes found in the hydraulic press.
Yeah? What about them?
There's something peculiar about those clothes. Uh-oh. The owner is definitely peculiar.
That's it! Why was only the sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press? If Kaito had been crushed by the press, the sleeve shouldn't have been empty. There should have been an arm inside the sleeve as well. So the fact that we found an empty sleeve should...
Shall I kill that logic?
Oh, shall I kill? Huh?
You're dumber than I thought if I have to go out of my way to explain it to you. If you can't even see that, then be quiet. Otherwise, you're just annoying me.
She know we dumb.
The coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press. It's rather telling. It couldn't have been anyone else but Kaito. If you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
I don't know what to
I
use.
wasn't looking hard enough. What do you mean?
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way. He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
I don't think there's much on this one I can
He always
do.
dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand
What?
to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
I was definitely clicking all that.
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
Okay, I gotta think about this. Hydraulic press. What are my options again?
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out.
Alright, hydraulic press. Aha. Got it.
Out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
Got it now.
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves.
There it is.
I'll cut through your words.
I'll cut through your words.
Yes, it's true. Kaito never put his arm through his sleeve. But that was just his right arm. He wore his left sleeve normally. And the left sleeve was the one we found outside the press. Knowing how Kaito wore his coat, that's awfully strange, isn't it?
Gasp.
Then maybe neither of his arms were through the sleeves.
The amount of times they say sleeves, the only thing going through my head now is where does the king keep his armies? And his sleeveys. Anyway.
Huh?
It's a possibility. In the end, your reasoning is full of holes. Stop getting in my way. I have to defeat Kokichi.
Maki, what's really going on? Seems you've made up your mind that Kaito is definitely dead. But why would you do
It's
that?
like Maki said, though. Kaito's gotta be the victim. Because if Kokichi, the mastermind, was dead, the killing game would be over.
That's only if you believe the ultimate liar that he's the fucking... whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
Come on,
believe him
come
for
on.
a second.
Hurry up and bring Kokichi here. We already know who the victim is.
Huh? Already? You sure it's not too soon?
We need the suspect present, now that he's the subject of our discussion.
Gotcha. I guess I'll bring him out now. Hey, Mr. Suspect! That's your cue!
An exisal?
And where's that Exisal standing?
What? Why is an Exisal here?
Haha. Whoops. My bad. Seems like I gave you guys a scare, huh?
Mm-hmm. What is this?
Is that Kaito's voice?
Kaito?
Maki.
There was a lot going on, so I just hid in an exisal and kind of dozed off. That's why I'm so late. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
Oh, hold on. Then the one that died wasn't Kaito.
I don't believe that it's Kaito, though.
Stupid!
Yeah.
That was just a lie! You guys thought I died?
I also don't believe
I
that.
would never! No way!
Kokichi?
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry.
Here's a soundbite for you, Tay.
Wow, that's old. How old are you?
I thought as much. Your appearance right now is fit for a lowly asshole like you.
You're making me blush. You're getting so angry over me.
Is that really you, Kokichi?
That's right, Crackerjack.
Seriously, how old are you?
Then why are you hiding in there? Show yourself.
Oh, this is more for self-defense. Little Miss Cranky Pants would kill me if I showed myself. I understand how you guys must feel. You can't believe it because I'm like this, right? That's what I thought. In that case, I brought evidence.
Evidence?
Ta-da! The video camera.
I don't
It was
believe
in the
it.
warehouse, but I brought it to the hangar just in case. Man, that was a smart move. Thanks to this, I filmed it so everyone could see it clearly.
Sweats.
The moment the victim died.
What did you say?
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Watch this shocking moment. Hey, Monokuma. Can you connect the video camera to the monitor?
Roger that!
Monokuma grabbed the camera from the Exisal, hooked it to the courtroom's monitor, and played the tape for us. It showed everybody murdering Kaito. Delicious.
Huh? Kaito?
This is terrible. Why would something like this? I saw it through my fingers. The moment Kaito was crushed. I'm gonna...
By the way, I'd like to add that this footage has not been doctored in any way. This video camera only has the basic functions. Just the play, record, and pause buttons, so you can't edit after filming it. And of course, I didn't upload it to a computer to edit it either. Right, Monokuma? Oh, you can talk. Your answer is necessary for a fair discussion.
I see. If it's necessary for a fair discussion, then I will answer. No trace of that footage was found on any of the computers inside the Academy. See,
If it wasn't connected to any computer, then editing the footage would be impossible. Which means this footage is 100% real.
I don't believe you.
If that's the case, then it would seem our suspicions can be lifted. The body we found inside the hangar, crushed in the hydraulic press, is definitely Kaito.
Has been recorded. Was that really him?
Poor Kaito. I can't believe he died such a horrible death. I can't believe he died with his guts and his brains splattered all over that machine.
Stop it! Now I'm starting to not feel well.
I think he was already dead.
I used my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
I use my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
I know that's a joke, but the thought of it...
Why was Kaito killed? Kokichi had no reason to kill Kaito. He had just told us that he was the mastermind, that the killing game was over. So what would he gain by killing Kaito?
It looks like you finally believe that I'm the one in this exasol.
Yes. With that, we can definitively say that the culprit is... you.
Huh? Why?
Why?
You filmed the moment the victim died, which means you were present at the scene. As the person who filmed this footage, you're the only one who could be the culprit.
But if the culprit shot the video, why would they go out of their way to show it?
Oh man, you got me! Yeah, I'm the culprit. Jeez, I totally dug my own grave. Here's the truth. I decided to participate in this trial in an exasol after I killed Kaito. Of course, it was mostly to make the victim unknown, to jazz up this trial.
Of course, that's the reason.
I took that footage for proof, so I could reveal it after you guys get the correct answer.
Uh-huh.
But I totally spaced out. I wasn't supposed to show it right away.
Uh-huh. Sure.
So does that mean you admit to the crime?
Like, why... Did these guys literally not learn, like, every time?
Oh, man. I dug my own grave again?
Like, you can hear the sarcasm dripping.
Well, I don't think you guys will believe any of the excuses I make now.
I mean, all they have to do is think. If he literally is the ultimate supreme overlord, and he was in charge of the group that said humanity should die, what do you think he's going to do now? Purposefully throw the trial so that everybody dies?
So, I give up.
You're giving up? Does that mean it's been decided?
No.
Is it okay that this trial was so short?
That's fine. We knew from the very start that Kokichi was the killer. But before we vote, I want to say something to Kokichi. He may be the mastermind, but I won't let you escape after you violated the rules. That would desecrate the killing game Junko Enoshima created, right? Your beloved Junko Enoshima.
Junko?
Whatever. It's voting time now. Let's go before Kokichi changes his...
No, hold on a second. This isn't right. The culprit comes in, confesses to the crime, and the trial ends? That's not how this goes. That doesn't sound like the kind of game Kokichi or Monokuma or Junko would play.
What if the mastermind got tired of it? The remnants of despair were like that.
No, if they were tired of it, they wouldn't have put all that effort into the video. There would have been no need for this class trial in the first place. Something's not right. We need to get a better feel for the situation. I think Kokichi has some sort of plan. He's trying to trap us.
Trap us? Are you saying Kokichi isn't the culprit? Then, are you suggesting one of us is the culprit?
What?
If it's not Kokichi, then the culprit must be one of us.
Yes, I firmly believe that.
That's not possible.
No, I didn't say that. I was just saying it's dangerous to trust Kokichi.
Shuichi is so distrusting.
Of a liar.
It's exactly like Shuichi said. I'm actually not the culprit.
Seriously.
What? But that contradicts what you said previously.
They literally believe every statement he says. Okay.
Yuppers, that was a lie. Sorry, I lied again. The real culprit of this case is super bad at hiding themselves, so I thought I could help. I pretended to be the culprit by using the footage. It made the game more interesting, too.
Are you serious?
And this game, trust. They
Then what's a lie? I don't know anymore.
They literally trust the liar. They distrust the detective and trust the liar. I'm just... Also, I think Himiko's the killer.
It's fine, because Kokichi is the culprit. He killed Kaito. No matter how much he deceives us, it won't change our minds.
Because she's the most suspicious?
The footage shows he did it.
No, it doesn't.
Kokichi has to be the only option.
The only option? Is that really true? Are we just going to leave it at that? Nah, fam.
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
So graphic.
Kaito got crushed to death. What a horrible video.
Whoever committed that crime
Yes, Maki and
was with
Himiko.
Kaito in the hangar.
Which just leaves Kokichi then.
Then the culprit is...
Kokichi Oma, the mastermind of this entire killing game. And Kaito's killer.
Such passion. Kaito's killer.
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
Kaito got crushed to death. What a horrible video.
Oh.
Whoever committed that crime was with Kaito in the hangar.
Which just leaves Kokichi then.
Then the culprit is...
Kokichi Oma, the mastermind of this entire killing
I'd
game.
say it's more likely
And
that
Kaito's killer.
Kokichi killed Kaito, Maki killed Kokichi. If Maki's the killer, that's what happened. Okay.
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit.
Safety
We all saw
information.
that footage from earlier, right?
Kaito got crushed to death.
I missed the V. By like a millimeter.
The safety function would make it impossible to kill Kaito with the press.
function.
Yes, it was written on the safety precautions. The hydraulic press will automatically stop if its infrared sensor detects a living organism.
So the hydraulic press won't move at all if there's a living person under it?
Which is why it couldn't have been used to kill Kaito.
It could be used to crush a dead body, but not a living body.
Which means it's more likely that Kaito was crushed after being killed by some other means.
So what we saw in that video.
How many times are we gonna see that?
Right then?
Can we get a slow-mo replay on that?
But you could disable the infrared sensor of the safety function with an electro bomb.
No, I don't think Kokichi would use an electro bomb for that purpose. It would have taken down the hangar's alarm system and the Exosol's remote control.
And disable the camera?
It would have put Kokichi at a significant disadvantage.
But you can't be too sure I wouldn't do that. I'm the type who would do anything for fun.
Also, we don't have any evidence of a different murder method other than the hydraulic
No, we do. I have a plausible theory for the murder.
What?
Yes, there's a clue that suggests the victim was killed before being crushed. I found it somewhere around the hydraulic press. Huh? We did? We found it around the hydraulic press? This is the only thing by the hydraulics press is the blood swipe pattern. Show me the question. I'd say, unless it was that, the single small hole. No. They said found it right by there, so then, like, clearly, then it's the 3 bolts.
Damn it!
I hate their wording. Unless they're implying that this
This is it!
That's not...
There was a swipe pattern bloodstain in the hangar, suggesting a body was dragged.
That doesn't imply he was killed, though. I don't like their wording. I know. They should have said evidence, not he was... whatever. I hate
The
life.
bloodstain goes from the bathroom all the way to the press.
Oh, that was the restroom where Kaito was being held, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bloodstains were also found inside the bathroom. That can't be coincidence.
So Kaito was killed in the restroom, then dragged to the press and crushed?
See, yeah.
If the
I think
blood
they're...
even was Kaito's.
What?
We only guess that Kaito was killed in the bathroom. Since his body was crushed, we'll never know if Kaito died some other way.
We might not be able to examine the body, but we do have evidence that suggests a cause of death. Oh, bam!
There!
There!
The small hole
I should have gone with my gut feeling and not gone for my guess on that earlier one.
The small hole? No. There is no way that hole's got anything to do with a weapon.
Who said anything about a weapon?
I'll hit you with my everything you buy will go on sale the next day curse.
Meh, that happens to me anyway, that's not a curse.
Himiko, what's wrong? Why are you freaking out all of a sudden?
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying it's impossible for the weapon to be that small.
No, it's not impossible. I can show you. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering. Okay, anyway. What?
Oh no!
The arrows are clearly something small enough to have caused a hole, but fine. Fucking...
Damn it!
Okay, then they mean the actual... I fucking hate life.
This is it! I believe the weapon was the crossbow found in the bathroom.
I got too specific.
A crossbow arrow would certainly leave a hole that small. Can we then conclude that Kaito was shot with that crossbow? If so, that crossbow just might be the actual murder weapon used to kill Kaito.
I see. So surprising that a crossbow is the murder weapon.
Seriously, Himiko, what's wrong?
She probably needs to pee. Anyway, about Kaito getting shot. If that was his cause of death, then I wonder who shot him with the crossbow. Well, I already know, but I won't tell you.
He's just playing with us.
Then let's show him that playtime is over. Let's show him that the students of Hope's Peak Academy will never submit to despair.
Hope? Despair? I wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow. What a mystery, right guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
That's wrong!
I should have kept going just to listen to the rest, but...
Even without going in the hangar, it was possible to land a shot with
Boom.
a crossbow. There was a window in the bathroom of the hangar. Maybe it wasn't possible to get in, but you could have shot through the window. And remember that Kaito was confined to the bathroom.
So if they shot Kaito through the window, they could have killed him in the hangar. Which means the murder suspect list grows to 6 people, including me!
What did you say?
But put plainly, that means
Yes, plain.
It seems Shuichi wants to make one of us the culprit. Is that it? Is that what a detective does?
Huh?
Do detectives always accuse people, even when they're friends?
Wow, she's trying to undermine everything that Shuichi was built up. To find the truth no matter what.
It seems like it. You suspected Kaito in the previous class trial, too. You're always suspicious of your friends.
what's wrong, Maki? You seem like you're kind of on edge.
Of course I am. When we said we would defeat the remnants of despair, someone got in our way.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to...
It doesn't matter how much you get in my way. I will absolutely defeat Kokichi. I won't let despair escape. I won't let it win.
Now, let's stop this boring fight and continue on with the not-so-boring trial. So we all agree that the murder could be done by anyone and not just me, right?
Exactly.
That might be true, but I didn't know about the window.
Neither did I.
Really, Himiko? What's the matter? You've been weird since we mentioned small holes.
Tsumugi's poking holes.
What? Are you after my small hole too?
Okay. Anyway.
See? Now that's definitely weird.
Look at it this way. Just because the culprit could be anyone, not everyone.
Right? Who else is after her small hole?
We can pretty much narrow it down to anyone who knew about the crossbow.
I never knew about any crossbows. In other words, I'm not suspicious. There's no way you can consider me.
It does concern me that Himiko went to the hangar last night.
Well, really? You went to the hangar, Himiko?
It's funny because, whatever.
Yes, she did. I definitely saw her.
You were watching me?
It's awfully suspicious that you went to the hangar last night. Okay, then the culprit is Himiko.
Wait! Don't say it's me! Maki's more suspicious than I am!
What?
That crossbow came from your research lab, right? You could have gotten that crossbow whenever you wanted!
Anyone could have gone to her research lab, though. She's not the only suspect.
I don't know about that. She's definitely the most suspicious.
Oh, she's gonna murder.
Even if you make that scary face at me, I'm not gonna get scared.
Because if you start panicking, then we'll know that you're the culprit.
I said I'm not the culprit! I swear! Kokichi's the suspicious one! Maki too! They're both the culprits!
Why am I a suspect? Anyone could have entered my research lab.
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm suspicious. Okay, maybe I am the culprit. Maybe I'm the culprit!
Culprit!
Two are saying I'm not, the other one's saying, yeah, it's probably me.
Went to the hangar.
Number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
If you
Let's go with the crime.
Punishing my magic.
What do you mean replenishing your magic?
There's a good magic source around there.
then
Your empty
The
hand
number one suspect.
and left
Shit. Shit. Kokichi, you're literally blocking what I need.
I'm the number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
if you are the culprit, then explain the crossbow.
That thing doesn't matter at all. I'm the number one suspect. I heard it.
You said that you went to the hangar empty-handed, but that's a lie, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
But Kibo saw you. He said you were headed toward the hangar carrying a large black bag.
Yes, Himiko was definitely carrying a large black bag.
No! That was probably Tsumugi cosplaying as me!
Tsumugi can't cosplay as people.
You know I can't cosplay as someone unless they're a fictional character.
I mean, technically everyone in Danganronpa is a character, a fictional character, whatever.
Himiko. This is the bag you were carrying, isn't it?
That's the crossbow case.
There's no mistake. That is the bag I saw Himiko carrying.
She's gonna start crying.
What? Hold on. Himiko went to the hangar with a crossbow?
Uh-oh. Well, it's decided then.
Wait! That's wrong! I just brought it there. I didn't shoot it! It's the truth! Please believe me!
You're right. I believe you. Himiko is totally telling the truth.
Not you! If you believe me, it makes me look like I'm lying!
That is true. Oh, he just wants them to make the wrong decision. Can we really trust Himiko here? She was acting very suspiciously. There are several damning things.
Not the culprit!
Yeah, I totally agree.
That-
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
100% exactamundo.
Why does this all sound so fishy? Ah, Kokichi won't shut up! Get out of my head, Kokichi!
Hit Kaito with a crossbow, you'd have to be fairly good with it. Himiko have done this.
Not the culprit!
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
100% exactamundo.
Why does this all sound so fishy?
I need a hint. I have literally zero idea of anything right now. She would have had to use a crossbow and shoot 3 times. And supposedly dip it with poison. Okay.
Not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yes.
I only carried the case.
Only carried.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
See, that's all
100%
concurring.
Why does this all sound so fishy? Ah, Kokichi won't shut up! Get out of my head,
I'm gonna listen to it again.
I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
So, only carried the case. And the fact that there are 3 arrows with blood tips, with bloodied tips, would imply that that is wrong.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use
So that would be for concurrence, that she didn't use it, which we can't concur with what we know so far.
the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all.
And that's all. This is, again, concurrence, which we have nothing to concur with right now.
Anything else in the hangar?
So then
100%
it's
exactamundo.
3 arrows. Oh my god, that yeah was too high-pitched.
Not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Nope, I was wrong then. Clearly, you know the answer, and you know I'm misthinking something. Is this more robophobia? Okay, let's...
Not the culprit!
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
So you're saying
100% exactamundo.
You're saying that, obviously, she says something about use, which means we're concurring with her. She didn't use the arrows.
No.
Why does this all sound so fishy?
The crossbow.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Shit.
Another
Shit.
true statement.
Moves too much. Lol. God, she squeals.
I only the case. That's true too. And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Shit, too high.
Another true statement.
Shit. These things move too much. I have terrible aim. There it is.
I agree.
It's the complicated putting together thing that saves her.
I don't think Himiko used the crossbow. More accurately, she couldn't use it.
Couldn't use it? Why not?
The crossbow inside this case was disassembled. Kaito and I learned how to assemble the crossbow from Maki, so we could have done it. But I don't believe someone without the proper training could have assembled it.
Well, what if Maki taught Himiko how to assemble the crossbow?
She didn't teach me that. Right, Maki? What's wrong? Are you mad about before?
She is.
Sorry. I thought they were gonna suspect me, so I lied.
I
She's
really have to
pissed
break
off.
morals if you're blaming Maki
But
for
she-
your lie, Himiko.
But she has to suck it up.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that. I'm sorry, Maki. Please, can you tell them the truth?
Fine. I'm not going to lie. I didn't teach Himiko how to assemble the crossbow. She couldn't have used it.
See? I told you! It's just like I said. Everyone who suspected me needs to apologize right now! She changed back so fast. I think I might have whiplash now.
Then, why did you bring the crossbow to the hangar, Himiko?
I was asked to.
Asked to? Perhaps the person who asked was Kaito. Or Maki. But it was Kaito.
That's it! Was it Kaito?
Huh? Kaito?
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar. Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it. Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
Because I know you like me.
Nuh-uh. I hate you.
Hate and love are two sides of the same coin.
But I like you.
Hey, don't play with Himiko's heart.
Yeah. But to think that Kaito asked Himiko to do that. Maybe Kaito is trying to keep the promise we made yesterday. I'll do something about this. That's a promise. Well, you guys are working so hard, so I can just sit back and relax.
But why were you keeping that a secret, Himiko?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret. Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Don't bully the person you like.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Yeah.
When exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me. I got startled and wet myself a little, and then he asked me to get him a crossbow.
I wet myself a little.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind.
Uh.
So if Kaito
So she's in the brutally honest
does that
stage.
mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise.
Stream! OBS! Stop it! Stop!
I trusted Kaito.
Okay.
Took a crossbow from Maki's lab.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
We lost 500
What
frames.
did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorm.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi, only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
Not really.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
And there's proof of that.
This is it!
Okay. I was just like,
Remember that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
So Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
And it was Kaito who shot him, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow, but...
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
Maki's been acting strangely. Why? Does she know something? If so, what does she know?
Maybe Maki's right. Doesn't matter what happened in the middle. Because in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
You sure about that?
Huh?
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things. After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter. For example, is Kokichi really inside that exisal? Stuff like that.
What?
What?
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
It what?
Ha! Because of that, nobody realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi. But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys! The Luminary of the Stars has arrived. This time for real.
What? What's going on?
The chaos!
I told you, I'm Kaito! I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice. Sorry about tricking you guys like that. My bad.
Huh? So Kaito's in there after all?
Don't be stupid. How many times are you going to be tricked by him? That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
I can't move because of the injury I got from Kokichi. It's so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Is that so?
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
Yeah. Oh, the injury in the arm. I can't stand.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
Kaito is alive after all. No, maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it really true? What story does the evidence tell? Does that story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? I need to give a well-reasoned answer to that question, and soon. I can't look away from the truth. The evidence points to both. What? I fucking hate this game. Because they're going with the... Fine. I can't think of anyone other than Kaito. Most of the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be eaten.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito.
I think they're both dead.
Kaito is already dead.
Despair will never die! Good, good! This is already more entertaining! Now, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! All right, let's give it everything we've got!
Like, the evidence I'm looking at says Kokichi's dead. The evidence that the game's looking at says Kaito's dead. Looking at it all together, they're both dead. I lose no matter what I choose. Fucking split opinion, my asshole. What, the Exosol's not coming with us? Ow.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the Exisal.
I've got this! Unless he comes out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
He said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Maki!
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
Maki!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
Wow.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I've got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
One arrow hole.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated them.
Maki!
The mastermind is still alive. Inside that exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito?
I've got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
Ah.
This is our answer.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, I still can't. But the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
Sorry, that was just a little joke.
What a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Why are
He should be a drama teacher.
What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely? I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
I agree, but... What do you think, Maki?
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
But a lot of the facts also point that Maki is also potentially the killer.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin! When the crossbow fired, what was even going on?
If you need to ask, you were there!
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow was fired. So how could they both shoot each other?
By the
Well,
way,
that was blatantly
shots
wrong.
hurt a lot. My wound is still aching something fierce.
What was that just now?
When the crossbow fired,
What was even going on?
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire. I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one. But only one crossbow was taken. The other two
Are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow.
That's wrong!
Barely hit that. V.
Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, one arrow?
Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow, so...
What?
Are you positive?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong!
Well then, that's strange, because... there were 3 arrows in the back room, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one! Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said she only brought uno. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Then where did those arrows come from? I don't think that Himiko was lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. I think Maki, like, saw what was happening, freaked out, used her hammer to, you know, disable one of the, exosols. Which is why she didn't have one when everybody else did. And went in there and killed Kokichi for murdering Kaito. Is the logical. Dangan time! Danganronpa time! I love hitting these hookers. Makes me feel accomplished. Like all my practice of GTA over the years has really come to mean something. Fuck, fuck. I should have only gone for one of them, but I got greedy! Oh well. Are you fucking shitting me, yo? Hey, a Monokuma on the side of the road. Should we have hit him? Were all the arrows inside the hangar from the start? What? What the hell kind of question is that? Were all the arrows in there from the start? Well, no. They would have had to have been brought out from the outside, and that's obviously shown by the fact that Himiko brought one. God, I hate these questions. Who brought the 2 arrows? The killer.
Could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party?
A third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed
I
off,
guess it
right?
is Maki. It's completely closed off, but can we confirm that? Feel like there might be another way, some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think. Hangman's Gambit. I had that one down, Pat.
That's it. The exosaw. The exosaw could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the exosaws, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an exosaw.
I saw an exosol enter the hangar last night. So was this third party piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an exosol?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys.
I wasn't trying to keep it a secret.
It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an exosol. After all, the hangar is where the exosols are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an exosol comes and goes, you know? So even if someone is inside an exosol, the security system wouldn't catch them. Because it'd be a hassle to leave the exosol every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an exosol and entered the hangar?
But can just anyone pilot an exosol?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
Both nipples, too. You gotta use them both.
Nipples too?
Anyway, this third party commandeered an exosaw. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
I told you that's impossible.
Huh?
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an exosol. It's not possible.
What? Not possible.
Maki, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? Why are you trying to hide it? Why? Why won't you tell me?
if someone was piloting the exosol, they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Is operating the exosol really that difficult?
Nope, just gotta use your
Do you know
nipples.
how to get inside an exosol? Outside the hangar, there were 4 exosols. And they were all moving, too.
I was controlling them remotely.
The electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
Wrong! You gotta use your nipples.
Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the exosols.
That electro hammer used by the third party? Maybe they used it to disable an exosol.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 exosols. But this morning, there were only 3.
I noticed that too. Was the missing exosol taken by this third party?
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
Oof. The identity of the third party. The electrohammer gives us a clue. saw 4 exosols at the scene yesterday when I went to meet up with Kaito. This morning when we were trying to get to the hangar, there were only 3. The culprit must have used the electro hammer between yesterday afternoon and this morning. There's only one person among us that I can think who could do that.
It's you! Maki, you're the third party we're looking for, aren't you?
What? It's Maki? What are you saying?
Remember what Kokichi said.
But be careful, the electro hammer runs out of battery pretty quickly. If you use it against an exosol, it'll run out of juice with just 1 shot. Got it.
The electro hammer needs to be recharged for 24 hours after it runs out of battery. That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning.
Maki, where's your electro hammer? I don't need it. I'd rather not use a weapon I'm unfamiliar with. This is much better. A knife? Well, I suppose you know best.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Knowing that, the electro hammer I found could only have belonged to Maki. And that leads me to the conclusion that Maki must be the third party. She also knows how to assemble the crossbow and could have returned it to her lab later.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab, disabled the exosol with an electro hammer, and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after—
I'll kill your logic.
I'll kill your logic. Okay. Just don't kill me.
Why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you getting in my way?
Getting in your way? Maki, what are you—
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exosol, and then shooting the crossbow. I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the culprit! You're right.
Oh my god, that
I
was
used the
fast.
electro hammer. And I used the exosol to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exosol to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
Oh my god. It wasn't letting me
Crossbow
shoot.
is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
I missed.
That's why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon. Therefore, I'm not the culprit. The arrows left holes in the clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
I missed.
That's why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon. Therefore, I'm not the culprit.
Fuck my ass.
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
Got it.
I'll cut through your words. It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit if it were poisoned.
The poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation. There was just a little less in the bottle than before.
Because only a detective would notice that.
If that poison had been applied to those arrows, they would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter? Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit?
There's no way she is! Cause... why would she kill Kaito?
She didn't. She killed Kokichi.
I can't understand if you don't explain anything!
Maki is still fighting.
Huh? Fighting?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial. She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she meant...
Sacrifice that Maki must be talking about must be... No, everybody. Scroll!
That's it!
Scroll wheel, you failed me again!
Has to sacrifice all of our lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then, by hiding the truth, Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit?
She knew what happened and tried to hide it from us.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here. Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
This isn't over. Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over. We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Someone else? You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
What did you say?
Kaito told me that only I would be able to grasp what lies beyond the truth. That means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you. Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone.
And now she's all in uwu mode.
Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
That guy could be pretty stubborn.
Then, what really happened?
Maki, please tell us.
Please.
And so, Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
Don't just start narrating things, you're ruining the mood!
Well, I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.
Intermission. Dum dum dum. I love the Monokuma narration.
Well now.
And then the Monokuma and Cubs Theater segment began. And with all the Monokumas Monokubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible, so the curtain quickly fell. I was expecting something to fall from the top of the screen to be funny. No? Okay. I have no water. I'm a sad.
The flashback light became the motive. When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him. I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end. I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Maki totally gets me!
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow, and broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other. Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back. Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance. Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison? Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died. And find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right? He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game. Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind. Especially with that message in the courtyard. Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
Unless that was a warning
As
to
a remnant of
Kokichi.
Despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
Like, this world is mine, Kokichi Oma.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that? I don't understand anything you're saying. But anyway, why are you starting a killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless. And that I'm the mastermind.
I think Kokichi did that just to make them all stop killing each other.
You love killing that much?
Kokichi secretly bad guy, secretly good guy, pretending to be secret bad guy.
Shut up, you asshole! I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then... What?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
Plot twist I did not expect.
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison. I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that,
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing, but because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore. I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window. Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window. Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote. But Kokichi stole it from him.
Sorry, but I can't die here. Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space.
Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not. Because now another class trial is going to start.
Last trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
What?
Aw, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
Unless Kaito throws himself under the thing and crushes himself to death. Willingly.
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Maki, roll. Just hurry up and run. Run and live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife. In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks on the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial, in exchange for all of your lives.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
How dare you make fun of him! You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer! You fucking asshole!
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exosol. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Huh?
Ha!
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive.
I'm positive.
Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
Part of Maki's testimony that doesn't add up. No, not that one.
Oh no!
The only thing that wasn't positive, I panicked, so it would be the control panel being damaged.
That's it!
That's it. Rip me. I panicked.
Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without
Oh, a shady person.
Then why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
Kaito killed himself. Must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. Finding that reason will help us find the hidden truth. Blah, 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 blah. It was suicide.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Maybe it was just broken.
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie. Did you really try to break the control panel?
I'm not going to tell any more lies. I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100%.
That's wrong! There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
But Maki only had one bomb, and she used it during the raid this morning.
And the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know that the alarm system was neutralized. It had to be in that case then.
I've got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
The main objective of Kokichi using an electro bomb was
That's it!
to disable the security feature.
It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Deactivate safety function?
The electro bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong?
What aspect of this case runs contrary to the new evidence?
That's it! Kaito's cause of death.
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Yes, the cause of death could now be...
This is it!
death by hydraulic press!
The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could have?
If the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know. Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press. Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? It is not.
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan. The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim, but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes. So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Fuck. Or do I just go with my own intuition?
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides when it's voting time.
Leo.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh?
Eh?
Yes, of course.
Eh? What kind of a reaction is that?
He doesn't know because he was being watched.
The culprit, you say? Yes, course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either. Monokuma doesn't know. What does that tell us about this case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it! So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
A murder Monokuma can figure out?
But what's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow. Kokichi probably used the electrobomb to scramble whatever that was. The electrobomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the exosols... Yes, the exosols weren't protecting Monokuma. They were... That's it! They were watching Monokuma.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Oh, at the time the exosols were on autopilot and directed to only observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him. They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma. That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
Even if it put someone at a disadvantage, Clash Trial must always be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So you shared it instead. I don't remember that
She
information.
didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case, it could only be Maki.
You're right.
So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point! Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
No, Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
What?
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
Lying to get you guys to stop playing the game.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... All me, baby.
That's right. He's a remnant of despair. How'd we forget that?
But that doesn't necessarily mean he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Well, Monokuma,
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know.
Aren't you normally the forward one? I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth. Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
and what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
What?
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Of course it was.
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
Are they gonna finally reveal that he's the ultimate liar?
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
Then I'll tell you. I'm getting kind of bored with all the lines, so everything I say now will be the truth. Okay.
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Mew's remote control.
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device. Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exosols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite.
Out of spite.
Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
Kokichi actually good boy?
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Yet.
But I wanna know!
Real mastermind's not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Inashima, but that can't be it. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. If so, who's done this? Who planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind.
That's the next trial.
So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, Let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too. So no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Oh.
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma!
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Whatevs. Let's just get this started.
I just think he's a chaotic neutral.
If the
TBH.
students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
Who invited you?
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
We need a brain smart Monokuma.
His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Emote for Monokuma. Brain power Monokuma.
Yeah, let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be
Judge
quiet
Monokuma.
so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
Yes.
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact,
Yeah.
you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
So, another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. I don't know. That doesn't help, that doesn't help, that doesn't help. It has to be this. What am I missing? The murder video is fine. Kokichi's... That's the only... Nope. I don't know what we haven't looked at.
Oh no!
I'm gonna just start guessing. We know the poison, we know the bomb, we know protecting him, we know the electro hammer, we know the shutter. I mean, I guess there's a lot that's off. Yeah, it's the only thing we haven't really looked at, to be honest, so, yeah.
This is it!
You're right.
Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by
Blech.
the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
Chaotic neutral. You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake in showing us the video, it must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Ah, shit. Let's see. MTIVC. Victim. I'm on fire.
The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know what that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean that the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible. The footage showed the body being crushed.
No, it paused.
When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim?
It paused.
And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to
You saw
edit
it, it was
footage,
zzz.
remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the
Man,
victim
Pig.
was switched, then that would mean
I'm
Kaito is
super
still
cereal.
alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is
It might be possible.
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
I'm like super serial, guys. Remember Peg?
See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito.
It would explain why she was an uber bitch.
Want that?
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's all talk it over together.
Together.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no
We have to get all the panties, Tay.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was
She's always quiet. She's super plain Jane.
altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited.
Her name's Tsumugi.
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
Do robots even wear panties?
Video the whole time. Kokichi made it, so he's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video. And switch. My Android doesn't have panties. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? Outer clothes? That doesn't mean he wears underclothes.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be? That the video was shot at another location?
No.
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
There must be some trick to that video.
Rectum stuff?
You all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The
I
filming angle
agree,
seemed
but I have
unnatural, don't you think?
nothing.
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a moment.
Damn it. That hydraulic press is bigoted.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no...
I can't figure out, like, I'm either agreeing with Kibo or Tsumugi. And I think I'm agreeing with Kibo, but I don't know what I'm saying. Because I thought it was showing the safety notice, you know, the fact that, you know, it stopped because it detected Kaito. So that's where it paused, and then they switched bodies to Crush. But that was wrong. But I'm not seeing anything else to use. Like, there's Kaito's coat. The front hanger is not useful at all. And the murder video, I'm not seeing any reason. Unless I'm supposed to use the video to say, yes, I agree, but that doesn't make sense. I talked a lot. I have no idea which part you're referring to me thinking correctly. The first thing I said was it's either I'm concurring with either Tsumugi or Kiba. Well, that was the first thing I said. Second thing was the safety feature. Yeah. The part you thought correctly, that was correct. Well, sorry, Bobby. Your butt squatch is not to please you. But I'm applying it in the wrong area. Let me rewatch this then.
Trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
I hit Kibo's.
Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off
This.
about that video.
This is what I shot at.
When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
But I'm not seeing how it would connect to, Tsumugi's statement. And I'm not seeing it to get used anywhere else. In my opinion, the best place to do that is with Kibo's. Unless I'm focusing on the wrong thing. We see the video pause. Which implies the infrared sensor as well as using the video function to pause it. I'm not seeing, like, I'm not seeing what you know. So it's Kibo's statement I'm concurring. I'm not seeing anything else to use, though. I'm not seeing anything else to use. Nothing talks about pausing. The video. I mean...
Must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
No.
There is
We see the hydraulic press pausing. Okay.
no trick. You
I
can check, there's
see
no editing function in that camera.
the logic behind it, but I dislike it.
The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped.
I agree.
I agree. Hydraulic press with a hydraulic press.
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
I dislike that.
Because
personally.
when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Right, but I was assuming it paused because of the safety.
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
but in the video,
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
Thank you for the sub, Panda. And the chaotic bombs.
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. The fuck is that supposed to be? It's the first time I don't actually know what I'm looking at. Uh-oh. Leo. I'm assuming we're looking for an infrared sensor. That's the morale control. What is this? The one at the top is the outside control panel. The one on the right looks like Kokichi's remote, which would make it the one on the left. But that doesn't make sense. Does it? Oh, that's the lift. You're right. That's the control panel for the thing. You're right. You're right. You're right.
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really... So what
Whoops.
of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Yes, I see it now. That's how the bodies were switched. Stop that, you could have easily swapped the bodies. Are you fucking kidding me? Here it is. This is the camera. Eh, fuck. I tried. Yes. Speed boost.
the culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press. After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? Maybe set up on one of the access halls? Well, I mean, he has remote control ability, but, you know.
There!
Whatever.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height. When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct?
You can see a faint bit of pink.
That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden
I see
by
a
the press,
faint
making
bit
the
of...
swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position, so it would produce that angle.
I want to see if I can see the pink disappear. Darn
I
it.
wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, I mean, he was poisoned.
Wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
It's not in the rules.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are...
What if Kaito cut his arm off to
Then who
to
did
stop the
Kaito
poison
switch places
from
with?
circulating? Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at the time. They were the only ones present during the body swapping trick, and the real victim was... Wait, I don't understand this question. I don't understand the question! Two people who switch... I just guess. I don't understand what they're referring to. If it wasn't an old body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
I have the timeline right. There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time. Which means that something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down. Can't let anything escape me this time. Okay. Aha. Nice. That's 3 in a row I've done without help. I'm good at victims. Or whatever. Hangman's Gambit.
I believe I overlooked this.
What do you mean?
There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped. Which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. They switched places while the press and the camera were stopped. Then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick. Unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Which means Kaito's still alive.
The culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk. So, have you realized who done it yet?
Culprit of the case. My detective work hasn't failed me. The culprit is inside the exisal. Can only be them.
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera at first. If the two of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito. So, the person inside that exisal isn't Kokichi. It has to be Kaito.
What did you say?
So the culprit for this case is Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced, right?
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I don't want to believe it either, but it's the only way any of this makes sense. My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
Is that true? Is Kaito really in there?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
Huh?
There's just no way that Kaito can still be alive. Because I'm the culprit.
Wait, you? But didn't you
I
say...
saw it with my own eyes. Kokichi drank the antidote that he stole from Kaito. There's no doubt Kaito died. And he died because of my poison arrow.
But you told us you didn't want to kill Kaito
Yes,
and...
I never wanted to. I wanted to believe that I didn't kill him. But the truth speaks differently. In the end, I was just running away from the facts.
Huh? I don't understand.
Maki, are you trying to protect Kaito? If he's the culprit, you're trying to help him get away?
There was only one antidote, so it's more likely he died from my poison arrow. This is the truth.
It's not decided yet. I could have still killed him with the hydraulic press. Either way, those are the two options. Monokuma knows the answer, right?
Huh? Are those the only options?
I guess that's how things turned out.
No, that can't be. The person in that exisal is...
It's not Kaito! I saw Kokichi drink the antidote! There's no mistake. Kaito is dead. I killed Kaito. There's absolutely no doubt. That's the truth.
I thought so. Maki is trying to protect Kaito. I understand how she feels, but if Kaito is the culprit, why did he agree to Kokichi's plan? Can't imagine that Kaito would do something so selfish. There must be a reason for it. I truly believe that. But I have to get to the bottom of this before I can uncover the truth.
Maki, you don't know for certain that Kokichi drank the antidote.
What?
You saw him drink it right in front of you, but you couldn't confirm he actually did it. So maybe there's another possibility.
What are you talking about? Impossible. That's impossible. There is no other possibility. I killed Kaito! I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? I killed Kaito! It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. But you keep getting in the way. You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
It ends here!
Fan service.
Kokichi just pretended to drink the antidote. He didn't actually drink it.
He pretended to drink it?
Drinking the antidote was part of his lie. Maki could only see so much through the window. She didn't confirm Kokichi drank it. I believe that Kokichi knew this and just pretended to drink the antidote. After Maki left, he gave the antidote to Kaito. There's a strong possibility that all of this was done to make Kaito cooperate.
Yes, they do.
Make him cooperate?
Especially, what's her name from the second game?
The swapping trick required the victim and culprit to work together. Kaito's cooperation was essential to Kokichi's plan. However, I don't think Kokichi would be able to sway Kaito easily.
Yeah, Miken.
He needed leverage. He gave Kaito the antidote in exchange for his cooperation.
In exchange for his own life, you mean?
Kaito had no choice. He had to cooperate after Kokichi saved his life. That's just Kaito's character, and Kokichi knew that. He swallowed his pride with the antidote and agreed to participate in Kokichi's plan.
Just so Maki Roll wasn't a killer.
But didn't Kokichi make this plan? What good is it for him if he's dead?
I imagine this was all part of Kokichi's plan to confuse us. You wouldn't think that someone would plan their own murder.
He went so far as to give up his life, just to create this mystery?
Only Kokichi could think of something so nefarious. Who else would agree to die just to execute their plan?
Crazy. Why would he go that far?
I bet Kokichi was determined to beat me at my own game, no matter what. But too bad. Shuichi figured out the truth.
Truth? Are you sure it's not delusion?
Delusion?
A delusion completely off the mark. To make you think that I died. But who cares what you guys think? This is between me and Monokuma. I don't give a crap if the extras in this game get it right or not.
In this game.
Extras?
I'm fine with being an extra.
Huh? Why?
If we're just extras, then even if we get it wrong, we won't get killed.
No, I'd still kill you all. Don't put Kokichi's words in my mouth.
But why? You were being so friendly with us.
If Monokuma gets it right, then he takes everyone's lives, yeah? But if Monokuma gets it wrong, then he'd have no right to take everyone's lives. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, then this killing game can't function anymore.
Can't function anymore.
Kaito, I believe in you.
You're cooperating with this plan, you must have a reason. Determine that reason and need to reveal the truth.
I still think Kaito is the culprit. Thinking of it that way makes all the pieces fit. I will show you the truth. The truth you can't deny.
Alright. Bomb. I love how intense he looks right here. He's just like, oh!
This is the truth of the case! Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab. She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window. That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab. The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom. However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering. Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier, in a way. She used her electro hammer.
What a time for the stream to die, right?
She knew
Slightly.
exorcists could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one. Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation.
And it fixed itself.
While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow. But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him. That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm. If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him.
Right. That's why I said at least it was a good time.
Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an exasalt with a remote. While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an exasalt stepped inside. Kokichi was definitely not expecting an exasalt to interrupt them. He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the exasalt. But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow. The arrow hit Kokichi right in the back.
That should have paralyzed him.
The tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike-9 poison. The poison kills slowly. It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow. But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise. To keep Maki from becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi. The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab, and immediately ran off to get it.
True.
The Strike-9 poison slowly circulated through their systems, and would soon kill them both. But in that
The
desperate
spine is
situation,
very,
Kokichi
very
thought of a
strong.
clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him
Right,
defeat
but
Monaco.
if you look at the
That was
area up
Kokichi's
where
true
the
objective. It's why he claimed to be the
crossbow
best
hit him
pilot.
in the back, it's dead center. Like, it's on his spine.
Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar. Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion.
Theoretically.
When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar. So she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window. But after the culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror. Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow. But it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. He had only pretended to drink the antidote. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave. After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon. An electrobomb, capable of disabling communication devices for hours. Kokichi's plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan. But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like
spy.
In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the Strike 9 poison, the whole plan would be ruined. After fabricating the scene in the bathroom, the culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created.
I like how pretty the inside of Kaito's jacket is, though.
Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie.
Oh, I have lots of problems with these crossbows. That's all.
Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control panel. The culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their coat over their shoulders. Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time. The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electrobomb had disabled it. The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view, Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously. The two then switched places and also switched roles. The culprit and the victim.
At least he'd be killed instantaneously.
The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation. He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself. And so, Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the whole thing was caught on video. The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera and tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again. This would make it impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out. With the press disabled, the culprit returned to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes. Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide, and waited with bated breath. And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi.
Kokichi.
They're trying to deceive Monokuma in order to defeat the true mastermind. And that's it. That's Kokichi's unidentified culprit trick. The culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut. I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Really? Is it really, Kaito?
Really?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man, Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions.
Huh?
You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
No, my detective work was flawless. It's the truth. I'm sure that Kaito is inside that exisal. So why is Kaito still fighting me? Is this about Monokuma, or is there another aspect to
You
this?
claim everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you?
I mean, technically, no.
You all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So, if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay. This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
That's right. We have to believe in Shuichi.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the result of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory. And that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? I see. So that's your objective. You mean to ruin the killing game itself. That's why Kaito has been so stubborn all this time. But what does he mean by ruin exactly? Monokuma can do whatever he wants to the rules. How do you ruin something like that? What would be the point?
Start the voting already.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sheesh! Let's proceed with voting time, shall we? Sorry I fell short of your expectations, but I'm pretty sure I won't make any mistakes. 'Cause I got the ultimate detective's airtight logic on my side.
Now I know the whole truth and why. I believe in my own logic, and I believe in Kaito. This point on is not about logic, it's about how far I'm willing to go. I believe in you, Kaito, not as a detective, but as Shuichi Saihara.
Can I just say something? I'd like to have one last conversation before we vote.
One last conversation?
There's more to talk about?
You see, before we vote, there's something I have to say. I just need you all to listen.
Do we lie?
All right, let's pin this down. Who is inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died. And the culprit is Kaito standing right there.
Isn't that correct?
Of course not! I would never die!
I trust Shuichi.
Yeah, I know I need to lie. I don't know what I'm lying about. Great. I hate this reverse logic. This game already has too much reverse logic.
Who is inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
Murder video?
That's what you said, isn't it?
I hate the lying. Just tell me what I need to do. I don't know which one. Because it's Monokuma file, murder video, Kaito's coat, poison, Kokichi's disappearance, and Kokichi's clothing. I don't know what to lie about. Honestly. And I'd rather not guess. Okay.
Kokichi's the one.
I'll reveal the truth.
I hate the perjury. I hate it.
Kokichi, I'm sorry. I just can't lie for you anymore.
What?
What do you mean, lie?
Why did you say Kokichi? The one in the exisal is...
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've deceived you all.
Huh?
The truth is, after we found the crushed body, I saw Kokichi.
You saw Kokichi?
Yes. He threatened me, told me that if I didn't do what he said, he'd kill us all. He wanted me to lie about what I saw, so that the trial would be more interesting. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep lying like this. I have to tell the truth. Kokichi isn't dead. He's alive.
This is interesting.
Hold on! Why did you wait until now to mention this?
I'm so sorry, Kibo, but it's true.
Really. I really am sorry, but this is the only way. Kaito is trying to fool Monokuma, trying to ruin the class trial. If Kaito's risking his life to do this, then I'll stand by him. I believe in Kaito. I will believe in what he's trying to do. He's not doing this to hurt us. I'm sure he's trying to save us all. Monokuma wants to rely on my detective work? Fine. I'll just lie.
Everyone, please, don't vote for Kaito. There's no doubt about it. Kokichi is in that exisal. He's the culprit.
Hey, Shuichi, I don't know what you're scheming, but as far as I'm concerned, you guys aren't extras at all. If you guys are wrong, you're gonna have to take your punishments like champs. Got it?
I'm not wrong. We can't vote for Kaito.
Stop it! That's enough.
Huh?
It's over. If you guys get it wrong and Monokuma gets it right, then you'll all get punished. There's no way I can let that happen. So, it's fine. Let's end this.
Kaito Momota.
Kaito!
So, it really was you?
My bad for tricking you guys. I'll explain everything. But before that, it's voting time. Alright, don't get it wrong. I'm definitely the culprit. You got it? I'm the one who killed Kokichi.
Kaito, no!
It's just like you to figure it all out, Shuichi. You're really something else. So all you gotta do is believe in your reasoning. That's what detectives do. Hey, Monokuma, let's hurry up and get this vote started!
Well said. Let's get this started then.
What's a slime emotive?
The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off.
It's voting time!
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result.
One on Kokichi, the rest on Kaito. It's gonna be my guess. No, everybody on Kaito. Interesting.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
No, Kokichi is dead. Yeah, see, I didn't get the back route. How did I still get straight A's? Well, if the culprit's gonna confess, then I guess even morons can't screw this up.
Absolutely right.
The blackened who killed Kokicha Oma is Kaito Momota. You all got it right. So you all got it right, huh? Even Shuichi and Makiro voted for me. What a relief. Well, I knew you guys wouldn't get it wrong.
But you know...
Man, was it hard to act like Kokichi the whole time. I mean, sure, he wrote most of his own lines. Seriously, look at this huge script. He wrote the whole thing. He even got a bunch of alternate lines for different events, too. But even so, I still had to ad-lib. You guys couldn't tell, though, huh?
Come on, man.
Don't look so sad. You guys got it right. It's all good. Why did you kill Kokichi? You were against the killing game, so why did you kill him? I believe that you absolutely wouldn't do such a thing. Maki, was she protecting Kaito or just believing in him, like me?
That's right.
Yeah, I should explain. Most of it's just like Shuichi said.
After Kokichi pretended to take the antidote, he gave it to me. I mean...
Then he told me I had to cooperate with his plan.
Hey!
What plan? I've been thinking this whole time of a plan to throw the mastermind off guard.
What?
Throw them off guard? What are you talking about? You're the mastermind. Oh, that was a lie. I only pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
Pretended? Y'all fell for it, but you know, I prepared a bunch of stuff. Like this remote. I had Miyu make it. Mysterious message in the courtyard, using Gonta and making him a murderer. All that preparation was just to make you guys think I was the mastermind.
What?
What the hell? Why'd you do all that? The reason why I pretended to be the mastermind
Shit!
was to end this boring killing game.
Huh?
To end it? I thought if I showed you the despairing truth, you guys wouldn't want to go outside anymore. I thought it would end the killing game, but instead, this happened. Gonna die by Maki's hands. Why do you think this happened? Why do you think Maki tried to kill me? Why do you think the killing game started again?
What?
Why? Because the true mastermind instigated it. I'm certain of it. He made a move without us noticing. Man, thanks to that, everything is ruined.
Hold on!
True mastermind instigated it. So whoever that person is, they also instigated Maki's actions too? Yeah, they probably tried to eliminate me because I pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
My actions were instigated by the true mastermind? But that can't be. The reason I decided to kill Kokichi was because I remember the truth from the flashback light. Maybe making you remember the truth was what the mastermind wanted. What? Maybe the true mastermind had us use the flashback lights so we would target Kokichi as a remnant of despair.
Which means...
So the flashback light itself was the true mastermind's trap all along. It's a trap in a trap! They expected us to target Kokichi once we remembered he was a remnant of despair. Kokichi certainly expected it, that's why he talked about the true mastermind. Even so, this is all rather convenient for the true mastermind. The person claiming to be the mastermind just so happened to be a remnant of despair? We're all students of Hope's Peak Academy, and our fates are tied to the remnants of despair. Never would have imagined that fate would bring us to Kokichi's murder. It just plays too nicely for the true mastermind. I didn't know about the flashback light. Guess that's another mystery for you. Anyway, like I was saying.
You know...
Then who is this true mastermind? Who knows? I don't know either.
But...
But it doesn't matter, we can't lose. This game is pointless unless you win. That's why I thought of a special plan. When I'm on the verge of losing, my plan will help me win.
Huh?
I don't really get it, but what is this plan to throw off the mastermind? Well, it's not that difficult. Kaito, I need you to kill me.
What? I mean...
The plan was to make a case where the victim was unknown, and then trick Monokuma into thinking I was the victim so he'd mess up. He ruled that either Makiro or Kokichi were the blackened, then I'd show myself and Monokuma's ruling would be invalid. If Monokuma's ruling was invalid, the killing game would end.
But...
That's what I'm most curious about. What makes you think it would end?
That's right.
Yeah, I asked Kokichi about that myself. Why would Monokuma care if he messed up on who the blackened was? And this is what he said.
Well, you know...
Even if it's Monokuma or the true mastermind, they can't break the rules as they please. Being unfair like that isn't allowed.
Hold up.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Death games are meant to be watched. If no one was watching, there would be no reason to be such a stickler about the rules. There would be no point in making this a game in the first place.
But...
But Monokuma's been a stickler about the rules and about making the game interesting. That's why he agreed to my plan in the virtual world. Which means Monokuma's aware that someone is watching us. In which case I have no doubt that this death game is being shown to someone.
What did you say?
So this is some kind of show? And who'd be watching? We're the only people left alive, aren't we? That's right, the flashback light is the reason we remember that. Well, Kokichi might have been right. Why have a death game if no one's watching? Wasn't sure about it at first, but after this class trial, there's no doubt. Monokuma can't do whatever he wants. He's bound by the rules of the game. That's why he couldn't afford to get the culprit wrong, why he relied on Shuichi. It's just like Kokichi said, if this game's rules matter so much, someone's watching. Death game is made to be watched. If that's true, then who? Who is watching this?
Hey.
What's all this about, Monokuma? Is this killing game really a show for someone? Who can say? Why won't you tell us we were friends during the trial? Honestly, I was just happy you guys cooperated with me. Humans love to help. They jump at any opportunity to extend a helping hand.
Well then.
And here's another question. Who are you really? If Kokichi, a remnant of despair, is not the mastermind, then who's the true mastermind? Is it another remnant of despair like him? I'm not gonna spill the beans on a perfect to-be-continued cliffhanger like that. Oh, you are just too cute.
What? Hey.
I understand Kokichi's plan, but why did you agree to work with him, Kaito? Why did you agree to kill Kokichi? Because he saved your life? You should have just ignored him. He's better off dead anyway. It's kind of hard to ignore such an annoying guy. What?
Jeez.
I wonder how far ahead he planned this evil scheme of his.
What?
Yeah, but killing you?
Don't screw around.
What are you talking about? You want me to kill you? I figured you'd react like that, but are you sure you're okay with that? Because if this poison kills me, then Maki would become the blackened. And her crime would be exposed so easily.
Well, you know.
If that happened, then Maki and I would have died for no reason, right? Which is just what the true mastermind expects.
What?
Damn it, that's playing dirty, so that's why you gave me the antidote. I am the ultimate supreme leader. There are no depths I won't sink to. Even if I have to sacrifice myself. Anyway, this is our chance to end this killing game.
Ruin this killing game.
That's why you have to kill me, so we can win and ruin this killing game. We'll bring the true mastermind and everyone who's watching. We'll bring them down to utter despair. Then everyone who died can rest in peace.
Oh,
Ah, crap, I'm gonna die soon. Can we get this started already?
Damn.
You're seriously crazy, dude. Bet you know.
At least
I wasn't boring, right?
That punk.
Then he blackmailed you by using me? Nah, I agreed to his plan once I heard the words ruin this killing game.
Jeez.
He was crazy, but let him come up with some crazy plans. And we needed a crazy plan in order to stand a chance against Monokuma. I bet on that chance. I didn't have any other choice. Because I'm out of time.
Could
Time.
it be...
Kaito, you mean your health?
What are you talking about?
You said you were fine. You told me not to worry about it anymore. That was a lie.
Huh?
A lie? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Honestly, I'm at my limit just talking. It can't be. But I gotta wonder how this happened. I don't remember at all. In my memories, I was fine during the medical exam for my training. I was fine during the medical exams, and that means...
could it be...
this might be... the virus.
What?
Virus?
If I remember correctly,
One of the plagues that caused our planet to crumble. A virus carried by meteorites that spread across the globe. Hope's Peak Academy, along with the rest of the planet, was in danger of extinction. Even though we had come so far and triumphed over so much despair, we were almost wiped out in an instant.
could it be...
This must have something to do with the virus. Kaito didn't use that flashback light, so he might not remember it. But weren't we supposed to be immune? We were selected because we didn't...
Well,
Perhaps the virus was dormant when you were selected for the Gopher project.
tell you the truth.
You could have been infected the whole time, showing no symptoms until very recently.
What did you say?
What? Kaito was infected with the virus, but how could that be?
Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess I'm pretty screwed, huh? I knew this was coming, that's why I agreed to Kokichi's plan.
But you know...
When I found out about the plan, I thought it was pretty awesome.
Hey, so...
Kokichi left me with a whole outline of it. I freaked out when I read it. It's a pretty good plan. I thought we might be able to trick Monokuma. But I knew Shuichi'd see right through it in the end.
Huh?
What?
Well done.
And that's exactly how it went. Nice job, Shuichi. You're really something.
Well then,
Kaito, did you...
That's right.
Yeah, I knew you guys would figure everything out.
Got it.
That's why I was able to get on board with Kokichi and lie to you like that. Even if I messed stuff up during the trial, I knew Shuichi'd see the truth.
That's my sidekick.
Just what I expect from my psychic. Why? If you knew I'd see through it, why? If you knew it was pointless from the start, then you shouldn't have gone that far. Nah, it wasn't pointless. It ended up being a huge
What's
success.
that mean?
Why?
I mean...
Because at this point in Kokichi pretending to be the mastermind, we got closer to the true mastermind's lair. Behind this truth, there's got to be a hint that leads to the real truth.
Huh?
The real truth. No doubt, that's why Kokichi gave his life. Talk as if he was your partner when you hated him so strongly before. No, I hate his guts, honestly. I'm still pissed off at him. He made us go through so much crap to the end. Now, even beyond that, he was a lying sack of shit.
Hey,
It's getting harder to breathe, so please, can you...
Hey, so...
Can I ask one thing? You want to ruin this killing game, but you kept saying how fun this game was. That was a lie, obviously. How could a game that you're forced to play be fun? I didn't think this game was fun to survive. I had to lie to myself.
Huh?
You little... The bastards who created this game to toy with our lives, and the shit's enjoying it. They all piss me off.
shit!
That's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to end this game.
Huh?
Kokichi said that?
Ah,
It could have been a lie too. He probably just said that so I'd cooperate with him. Was it really a lie? I think his dying words may have been the honest
It's
truth.
a lie.
No, it's definitely a lie. He's not the type to shed real tears. I wonder which one it is. A lie or the truth. Even now at the very end, I don't really understand Kokichi. But he was not boring. Maybe that's what lying is all about. The truth is in the eye of the beholder, eh? Kokichi was the very embodiment of a lie. That pretty much wraps up my explanation now, finally. I need to apologize to Shuichi.
Huh?
What? Me?
I mean...
To be honest, I was jealous of you.
Huh?
Jealous?
That's right.
Because you were always saving us, you know? Your detective skills kept us alive. You were just way too cool and I got frustrated. That's why I was so harsh on you. My bad.
That's wrong.
Hey, no, Kaito, that's not true. I was only so confident because you were there for me, Kaito. You made me your psychic. You said that you'd take the responsibility. And that's why I can do all this. You didn't talk to me back then, even now I'd be... That's a lot of blood. Kaito!
Kaito! What?
Are you okay? How can I be okay? I'm about to die. You sure are, bucko, cause it's punishment time. Punishment? I won't let
I
you.
won't let you kill him.
You're planning to get in my way? You know what'll happen if you do that, don't you?
So what?
I don't care what happens, I plan to kill you anyway from the start. Yes, I've been determined to fight back for a while now. Stop!
Kaito!
No, Kaito, I can't. I can't let you die, Kaito.
That's it!
I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're dying. I won't let Monokuma touch you.
What was that?
What's so funny?
Hey, hey!
I'm just thinking about life and how irreplaceable it is. Know what I mean?
Huh?
What? When a life ends, those closest to it mourn. But if you could somehow recycle that life, those closest to it wouldn't need to mourn anymore, right?
That's nice!
If we could recycle life, the world would be filled with hope. That's my point. What are you talking?
Hey!
Alright, kids, time for your grand re-entrance.
Rise and shine, Earthsign! With our powers combined, we are the Monocubs!
Surprise! I'm Monotaro. No matter how you read it or spell it or say it, it's still Monotaro. What the? That's totally a lie.
By the way,
The hell's going on? I could have swore there was more yes chumps before.
Yeah!
Fuck if I know. Let's destroy Monodim now. This sad shack is bumming me the fuck out.
What did you say?
What the? Weren't all the Monocubs completely destroyed? Those old Monocubs were destroyed. These Monocubs were the latest model. They still got their factory settings, so in a way, it's like they're brand new characters.
Thank you so much!
But who cares now that my cubs are back? I'm not lonely and miserable anymore. You brought them back on a whim like that? You guys are just as replaceable. Maybe not as replaceable as the Monocubs, but finding other people to participate in this killing game is easier than you might think. Finding other people? I got no idea what's going on or what any of this means, but that's right.
Hell yeah!
We're so fucking lovable and shit, except Monodam, of course.
Hey, hey!
Oh, do you know what else this means? Not that the Monocubs are back. I've got my Exisol entourage protecting me again. Still wanted to find me? This is bad if he's got the Exisols again. So
I
what?
won't let you kill him.
Doesn't matter. I won't let you kill Kaito. I'll fight until the end. Stop. Even if you fight the Exisols, you'll all just get killed, damn it. Remote control and the last electro bomb were crushed in the press.
No.
I won't give up. Maki roll, enough. I've never felt this way before. I've always fought to kill, but this is the first time I've fought to protect someone. And I've never been given a nickname like Maki roll before either. You. And I've never met someone as stubborn as you before. And I've never fallen for someone before. Maki roll.
No.
I don't want this to end. I just don't.
I won't let you kill him.
That's why I won't let you kill Kaito. I absolutely won't let you.
My bad.
Maki roll, I'm sorry, but that's not an option. I don't have as much time as you think. I'm fighting just to stay standing. But
Hey, so
Maki roll, I asked you before, what's your enemy? Before you hated yourself so much, you didn't even like yourself a little. Wasn't that the reason you tried to distance yourself from others? You decided that you didn't deserve to have friends, didn't you? That was your
worry
enemy.
about it.
Not anymore, huh? You're alright now. You fell for a guy like me. Now you can learn to like yourself.
Come on, man.
Hey, don't cry. Can't you send me off with one last
believe
smile?
in you.
You guys too. I'm not gonna allow any more tears. Send me off with a bang.
okay.
Alright, Kaido, I won't cry.
Endure it.
I'm gonna hold it in. I'll endure it. I can't cry, even if I wanted to, he says as he cries. Hey, sorry about the wait, Monica, but you can go ahead and start now. Can do.
Dong dong!
Oh boy, my first punishment time. I've never seen one before. Let me just say this to the true mastermind controlling Monokuma. You better get ready. My friends aren't gonna lose to you. That's all.
Please.
Leave the rest of you guys end this ridiculous
Please do
killing
not
game.
worry.
We'll end it, so please don't worry. Never forget you're not alone. You have friends. Don't try to do everything by yourself, okay? Yeah,
The
Kaito.
impossible is possible.
All you gotta do is make it so.
Maki roll.
Like you're gonna cry, you should smile. I can't. That's impossible. I can't. Of course, my bad for making you cry like that.
All right.
Let's end this with a bang.
Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars.
Special punishment suited to the luminary of the stars. You don't get to tell me I'm excited to get this started.
Get ready.
Well, screw you. I'm not gonna die the way you want.
It's punishment time!
Falls over dead from the virus. It's sad he didn't get the flashback light because he doesn't get to remember that he went to space. Oh no, it's the opposite of space. He's going into not space. Oh, now he's in Australia. Now he's in space. He's in upside down space. He died his own way. Execution failed. That was two very interesting things that happened. Kaito!
Right?
Kiba, are you okay? You got hit by the debris when you protect...
No.
I'm fine. More importantly.
Hey!
What's the matter, Monokuma? You upset that Kaito won? What do you mean, Kaito won?
Because
He died before the end of your punishment. Kaito didn't die from your execution.
Okay.
That's right, Kaito wasn't killed by you.
Yeah.
It's Kaito's victory. We lost. I don't know if he meant to do it, but he certainly went out like a stubborn jackass. Well, whatever, it's not like this is the end of the killing game, so it's fine. It's not over.
Hell yeah!
No shit.
Hey!
Ain't it written in the school regulations? Killing game will go on until there's just one blackened or two spotless. School regulations. You're not gonna follow the regulations, huh? So you're gonna follow the regulations. And the reason you want rules is because you're showing this to someone.
Well,
I just wanted an entertaining killing game, but you're certainly entitled to your own opinion.
That's wrong.
That's enough. Enough of your bullshit, Monokuma. I made a promise to Kaito I will end this
That's it.
killing game. And to give Kaito's death meeting, I swear I will keep my promise. We're not gonna let anyone else die. Who's even gonna play that game anymore? It's already over. You could cut this tension with a knife. What's everyone talking about anyway?
Actually,
Looks like we stumbled into the last act. I don't know what's happening at all.
Pops!
Pops, fill us in. We want to help you out. Oh, Minosuke's acting nice. He's sucking up for brownie points. Oh, I just can't help myself around you cute little cubs. Gather around, kids. I'll spend a whole month telling you about what you missed. A whole month? Won't that take longer than the whole chapter?
my little cubs.
I'll tell you all about it while I smother you with hugs and kisses. You kids go on ahead and wait for me at home.
Farewell.
Why did I stay behind? Cause I want to give you all a reward for working so hard. We don't want it. Just go away.
Really bugging me.
By the way, I don't know where you got the idea that this killing game can be stopped. There's nothing a participant can do to end this killing game. No, wait, nuh-uh. This game is gonna keep going and going for a long time. He's ranting Monokuma took out. Huh? A flashback light?
What?
What did you just do? Was that a flashback light just now? Is it broken? I don't feel like I remembered anything. This flashback light has a special effect. You'll remember soon enough. You'll remember that despair is the only choice you have. And that hope doesn't exist here at all. The killing game will never end. Then Monokuma left. He declared that this killing game would continue. He declared there is no hope. After all that, I honestly don't remember how we got back. It took all I had just to accept the reality that Kaito was gone. Not just Kaito, Kokichi too. Someone we all trusted and someone none of us trusted. We lost them both. But it wasn't all for nothing. Because we're drawing even closer to discovering the true mastermind. The killing game will never end. Never ever! As long as I'm around, it'll never end. It'll repeat over and over and over. Why would I let something this fun ever end? I want to have more fun. As long as it's fun, we have to keep doing it. It's just simple supply and demand.
Such despair.
Later that night, I found myself sitting in that one spot in the courtyard. The place where Kaito and I would train together. My heart felt crushed. All the loss and guilt and helplessness sinking in my chest. Still I stood there.
Well,
What are you doing? Maki.
hey,
So, you came too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maki, I'm sorry.
what?
For what? I was the one who drove Kaito into a corner, just like Kaede. I ended up betraying everyone important to me. It's all my fault.
Well,
Are you feeling lonely?
Huh?
hey,
Are you lonely now that Kaito is gone? Yeah,
Okay.
lonely. I feel so lonely and so sad. I don't know what to do. The only reason I'm still alive right now is because of Kaito. If he hadn't been my friend, I would be...
that's right.
Me too. Can't remember the last time I ever cried that hard. I wonder how long it's been.
Okay.
But I won't cry anymore. I'm sad, but I'm grateful to Kaito. Grateful?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell him that rather than being sad or lonely. I'm grateful to him. That's why I won't cry anymore. I'm not going to wallow in pity. I want to show him how much I appreciate all the things he
You're right.
did. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's the same for me. I want to show my appreciation too. I'm sure that our friends who've passed on don't want to see us miserable. Thanks. Yeah. So you guys were here after all.
Yeah.
Just like I thought.
Jeez.
I knew you guys would be here because I cast a spell to find you. Sumugi, Himiko, if you don't mind, can we join you in your training? Huh? I'll train you all from the ground up so we can end this killing game together.
Huh?
We're going to end this together?
Yeah.
Himiko and I promised Kaito.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we promised and work together to end this killing game. We can't afford to lose to despair.
Okay.
Absolutely. Monokuma said there's no hope anywhere, but he's wrong. There is hope. My friends are my hope. Kaito said it best. I'm not alone. That's right. I have friends. Not just my friends here, but also friends who have died. They'll give us our hope. That's why I'm going to live. I want to live for everyone who died. Despair cannot defeat me. I will hold on and survive no matter what. Thank you, Kaito. Well, Mankeys, at some point they'll all be on YouTube, so at some point.
Just start moving your body and your pain will become memories before you know it.
Then you should train too.
Well, I don't have anything to worry about. Because, I mean, I'm Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars.
Hey, no fair, Kaito.
I find it ironic that Kaito, the Luminary of the Stars, died from a disease brought from the stars. That is all.
Hey!
Oh, by the way. What happened to Kiba? Do you know where he went? Kiba? I don't know. What is that guy up doing? I don't think a robot really needs to do any training. If the rest of us are here, I kinda wish he'd come too.
It's quiet. Too quiet. And yet, this silence is quite refreshing. I used to hear my inner voice with perfect clarity. It would fill me with the power of hope, guide me along the right path. I can't hear it anymore. All I hear now is silence. That silence means my will is now my own. Even if despair is all we have to choose. Even if hope no longer exists, I will never give in to despair. I will end this. No matter what, I will force this to end. This school, this ultimate academy for gifted juveniles, is steeped in despair.
He's the ultimate despair destroyer.
And I will destroy it.
What a goddamn way to end it. Oh my god. So, alright everybody, we're going to be ending it right here. Because, well, I can't really do too much more. It's already like 11:30. We went about an hour and a half over. My usual. So, yeah. So, that's going to be it for us tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. We will do more next Wednesday. So, until then, everybody, thank you all for watching. And until the next time, stay funky, people.